But before we get into that tea, because I know you guys want the tea. So let's start off with Olga. I know a lot of people have been asking me. Hi, Flaka. We're gonna start with Olga. So Olga, you guys remember I posted the video about her kids. Alma posted a more detailed video of what's going on with everything with her kids. And then we ended up finding out about her donating the 400, which was not dollars, was pesos. But then you guys know other people like to get in the drama. So that guy, Danny, yo, that guy is crazy lying. I can't believe no more. I cannot believe people. Thank you, Camille. I cannot believe it because so this guy, no, his name, no, not Danny Flores. His name's, he goes by Danny Draco here on TikTok. So Danny Draco, he decided to post the video, and that's what made me mad. I'm 5 even. He ended up posting a video and basically calling out other creators, which I was like, hey, you know, that's dirty beef. But then he started posting screenshots. Hi, Gracie. Hi, Jessica. Started posting screenshots where Alma's name and basically calling her hyenas. So, in the screenshot, so Alma. And you guys don't know how I don't play about that either. Like, bro, she exposed you and she's not lying. Like, you're getting exposed. So then I was like, well, he was like, oh, so I had to go back and find his story to figure out who he is. What's his story? Why did he get deported? I am little on 5 even though I feel like I'm big on this seat. I feel like I'm humongous. I feel like I feel the seat and I don't. Look at this. So I go and I search up like what he told the public. Like, what did he tell his following he got deported for? Yeah, Draco or something. So I find that he said that it was so bad that they had to deport him, and that it was due to a misdemeanor that happened in 2010. And then I find out through the GoFundMe that he created, which this all started, that he had a legal status in the United States. He had his green card. And I was like, why would he get his green card taken away over a misdemeanor that happened in 2010? And why would you have a hold on with INS? Yeah, INS. I know, we're talking about Olga's little friend, Danny Draco. So then I search up his charges, and little guy was lying. He lied. So, one, he did have that misdemeanor, and it looks like for carrying a pew-pew, allegedly. And then he did failure to appear twice. Then he did, hi Michelle. Then he did, let's go tap that screen. Let's get to 10K. Then, hey, pretty Ricky. Then we find the charge that he got deported for, which was basically trying to do that to somebody, basically preventing them from breathing. So he allegedly had a felony on that charge. Well, yeah, Danny Draco, whatever he is. Allegedly, yeah. And he ended up pleading guilty, which changed the charge from felony to a misdemeanor, but got detained by immigration, and he ended up getting deported. So no, he didn't. And then he was complaining, like, his videos made me mad, because then he started complaining that he had to go through everything through immigration because of how bad they treated him, how the place in immigration services. First of all, I'm gonna be real with you guys. When you go to jail, It's not supposed to be a five-star hotel. Because that was the first one, the misdemeanor in 2010. Oh, and Berenice has some good tea, which I'm gonna reply to when I get home. It's not supposed to be a five-star hotel. Hi, everybody. So he was complaining that the immigration jail or the detention center was not good, that they fed him poorly. And I was like, homie, you're in there because you committed a crime. They give you food, but they're not going. And I tell you guys because the brother I don't talk to was in those centers. And he himself even told me, like, I'm better in there because I get my 3 meals a day. I shower. I get clean clothes versus his addict ass was out here doing nothing, right? That's just my brother. But he was complaining, and people believed it because he was like, a poor guy. Like, all he was trying to do was make a living out of this. And then I find out, before I say more, but the GoFundMe, hi Zaina, hi outsider, he was trying to raise over 100K pesos to go see his kids. Then he said that he's trying to get his kids to come home. To find out, hi Missy. To find out, allegedly, because I haven't got the whole tea, which I'll be having the tea, and then when I have the whole tea, we're talking about this guy, Draco. And he's saying that he wanted the money to see his kids or have his kids back. Thank you, Cosmo. So he ends up doing the GoFundMe. Mind you, in TikTok itself, in the month of September, he made 27,000 pesos. In the last 90 days, he made about $2,500, which is roughly up there, right? A bit more than 50K pesos. So Berenice was actually talking to this guy. Come to find out, was the money on the GoFundMe allegedly was for Berenice to move with him. And she showed us audios of him basically saying, just ask for gifts. I'm going to do my Cash App so people can give me money. Which that's what, and unfortunately, it makes it sad for other content creators who are really living in Mexico. But then you also have to be careful of the information they share. And that's one thing that I don't like, and I will never agree to it. If you left this country voluntarily because you said, you know what, I don't like, and I've said it before, I like the life in Mexico. I like the life in Mexico. I like going over there. I would want to retire there. That's my happy place. But I also thank the U.S. for everything and all the opportunities that I have been able to have here. And that's not, the opportunities, they're not handed to you. You have to work for the opportunities you get. I came here when I was born here, but my mom took me right back. Right after she had me, let's go back. I know, Z. I went back to Mexico, and then I came back. I was back and forth, and then I was there till I was 9 years old. Hi, Cindy. Oh my God, Cindy, I'm gonna show my message. I just got the package. I was just gonna message you. I got the package right here. So they I came here when I was 9. I didn't know the language. I didn't speak English. I applied myself, learned the language. I went to school. I did medical assistant for college. It was just not the opportunity I can do. I had kids. Hi, Cassie. So I ended up, finding a job. The opportunities, you have to work hard to make an opportunity. If you don't go to school or you don't have a degree. I was the opposite. Exactly. So then there's people who go to Mexico, they're born in Mexico. They come here since they're babies. Thank you, Andrew. You guys, it's the way showing today. Yeah, and then I hear that they're talking bad about the U.S., like the U.S. this does. Like, no. There's a lot of things that this state gives you. Unfortunately, it might not be perfect, but you sure have more security. You sure walk around in clean streets. The streets don't have holes. Like Mexico City, I go there every year. I've been there the last 2 years, and the streets get worse. Okay, the streets get worse. We just had a whole explosion on the gas because of the way the streets were. That explosion in Mexico City from that truck, they had already told the company that there was issues with it, but it's so bad that that's how it is. Hermosillo, Sonora, hey baby, that's how it is. Yeah, and you know, if they wanted to come back, I'm sure they would go back like this, right? But life in Mexico is beautiful. A lot of people chose to go back, but you can't compare us, like me, going to live in Mexico to somebody living there. Somebody commented like, oh, you said 400 pesos is a lot, and I was about to laugh at you. There's a difference. If I go to Mexico, 400 pesos is nothing to me. Why? Because I'm converting my US dollars to pesos. I can have the luxury of overspending over there because I have the money in my bank account. There's people, the minimum wage in Mexico is 190 pesos a day, which it costs more than that to feed yourself in a day. Okay? So 400 pesos, that's already 2 salaries for someone in a day, because that's the minimum wage. So yes, it's perfect for those that are able to get paid, like on TikTok, they get paid in dollars and they convert it to pesos. It's a lot of money. You live comfortably over there. You live comfortably, but the people living there, growing up and struggling day by day, they can't say the same because they're not having that same luxury. Not everybody's viral. Not everybody has a great paying job. We have pueblos with minimal water. We have pueblos like Mexico City, where I'm from. The part where I'm from, you get water once a day, and sometimes you go 3-4 days without water because of my dad. And he was able to get the tinacos. He has 2 big ones. We have water whenever we go to Mexico, but a lot of people don't have that luxury. They only have one, and maybe that's small, and they have to figure out what's going to happen when the water runs out and the water hasn't come. Exactly, Mexican Michi. And now when my brother went over there, because he's deported over there, he had good paying jobs. He got hired by great companies because he spoke fluent English. Because before, back in the days, English was not taught as much in Mexico. So now that he was, exactly, tienen cisternas, they have ways to have water, but a lot of people don't have that luxury to be able to do that. They don't have the luxury to expand their house. In TJ, in the rougher areas, their house is made out of carton, or the things where they put like the pallets. Their houses are made of that. So for you to tell me that, oh, the United States is trash and stuff, it's a little, but I'll talk about Annie right now. It's a little, why is he, hold on, you guys. Why? Yeah, so, and then raining season in Mexico, you guys, we just had rain like 2 months or a month ago, where the whole airport in the Mexico International Airport was flooded. Flights were not coming in. Flights were not leaving. Because why? Like, hello. You have to be very educated, know the lifestyle that is not. I can live a perfectly good lifestyle because, again, I have dollars to convert over there. People don't have that. The life in Mexico that the creators show is how they living with the US dollars, converting it. Everything seems cheap to them, but I can guarantee you not everybody has that luxury to say that it's cheap for them to be over there. Now, you came here, you got opportunities, but you messed them up. Like, Danny, hello, now you're bashing and saying all this stuff. Homie, you had a whole legal status. The dream of so many immigrants is to have a legal status, to have just the work permit, to be able to work legally and not have to walk around thinking, I'm going to lose my job. We have DACA recipients who would want that. They dream for that, and you had it and you fucked it up. You totally said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to fuck it up, and then you want to act like, oh, poor me. No, fuck that. He lies, and I got him a job, and I sent him a laptop para que pudiera trabajar un job, pero solo duró. Yeah, imagine, Berenice got him a whole laptop, and he only lasted 1 day. Danny Draco, he's a content creator, And then he claimed that he got deported bad because of a misdemeanor from 2010. Ended up being a charge about basically preventing somebody from breathing. That tells you a lot. And the only reason it went back to his misdemeanor is because he pleaded guilty. So it looks like there was some type of deal. The case is still open. I'm waiting to get the information more detailed, like the docket. But you guys know those take days, to see what happened and who was it. But it was also allegedly a family member. So things like that piss me off because it's a content creator involved, like in the Olga thing that Alma and I have been talking about. Because that's something I don't like. Because you had opportunities, you decided to fuck them up. And I tell you guys, my brother is over there. Sir, you're over there for a reason. Yeah, and then he calls Almita, because I know he was referring to Almita as a hyena and the other girls. Now people are saying, oh, why are you gonna make a video about Annie? There's a difference between Annie, him, and anybody else. Roman Cantilla, I don't know who that is. Annie talks about her charges. She openly talks about him. People expose her mugshot left and right. I think so. Somebody talk about the GoFundMe, because that's weird. She talks about her charges. It's another contributor named Danny Draco. People are like, are you gonna make a video about Annie? I mean, does not nobody know that she had charges and that's why she's over there? Or yeah, Darku. I keep saying Draco. And I'm like, hold on. No, not until 6:30. I'll be there.